Hi, everybody. Welcome to the pre-event interview series for World Hydrogen Latin America. Today, I'm joined by Carlos Zygier, of Technical Development at Metlen Group. So thanks, Carlos, for joining us. It's really nice to be here with you.
With fully pleasure. Thank you so much. I am good. Thank you for asking.
And
Thank you.
I wanted to just first start off just asking you a little bit about your background and kind of your journey into the hydrogen space.
Okay. My background in hydrogen is I have a certificate in hydrogen from our university here, local university in Chile, and I am currently professor of hydrogen in the Tube Sub Academy in Europe.
Okay, fantastic. So, just to kind of ask you some questions specifically focused on your areas of expertise and kind of your views on the Latin American space, I wanted to first start off with talking about how hydrogen projects are kind of evolving. So obviously, there's still a lot of work being done in terms of economic feasibility. So, in your experience, what do you think are the biggest challenges when it comes to estimating and then managing the capex for hydrogen facilities today?
Currently, the most challenge issue is to define the technology. The technology is going to improve, is improving very fast. So it's very difficult to take a decisions today. I would say that this is in regarding the definition of the capex and the opex. The definition of the technology is the most difficult challenge and relevant issue.
Okay. Okay, and then uh you kind of have alluded with your talk that you will be delivering at World Hydrogen Latin America. You kind of going to be touching on what hydrogen project costs and financial targets. So, what are some of the best practices you've observed or implemented for accurate capex estimation in
I will
hydrogen?
say the safe production, distribution, and consumption. The decision makers should be focused in safety, in all the logistic change of this market. Remember that this is not only a new market, but also not only a new industry, but the renewable hydrogen is a new industry, but also a new market. So we should be very focused on the safe of the any point of the logistic change of this new market
Okay. Okay.
from
And
end
then
to end. From end to end.
Okay, and then how do you ensure that the techno-economic assessments and feasibility studies are comprehensive enough to avoid either underestimating or underestimating costs or overestimating returns, especially when you mentioned that this is an emerging market?
Oh, you it's resilience, and you usually must burn the boat and start again. Why? Because it's a disruptive. The renewable clean fuels is a disruptive technology. So you should translate finally the your model coming from technical and economical and logistic inputs in a traditional financial model, and to be checked and rechecked by traditional financial experts. So the process has a lot of iterations, and should be you should be very resilient in this regard.
Okay. And then obviously we all kind of know globally that cost control can be such a significant concern in large scale hydrogen projects. So what specific strategies do you recommend to optimize CapEx during project execution, especially where you're trying to not compromise quality or safety?
I surely recommend, to to take the operational control of the when you decide the technology, be super sure to have the proper team to operate this capex properly, because the market probably, in order to match the market offers, performance offers, with the real operation performance. So talking about efficiency, degradation, lifespan of your capex, et cetera, that finally the result is a high or a low consumptions of energy, and finally is the bottom line of your financial model.
Okay. Okay. Brilliant. And then obviously we know that there's a lot of advancements in this space, and hydrogen technologies are constantly evolving rapidly. So how do you balance the need for cutting edge and innovative solutions with practical needs to keep costs under control in projects?
My recommendation is to match the real milestone ready to build with the decisions to submit the purchase order of the capex. This is the most critical decisions to balance the innovation and cost efficiency. So be very precisely in the definition of your schedule, especially the ready to build. Should be or shall be match it to be with the time. The decision of the purchase order should match with the time of the real milestone of ready to build.
Okay. Okay. And then I think like one thing that is always mentioned at every conference that I go to is collaboration. So obviously there's a lot of collaboration that is necessary between developers and end users to ensure project success. So how do you facilitate communication between these two groups to make sure that the final project design will align with both financial targets and operational needs?
This is a very good question. This is a, as we mentioned it, this is not only a new industry but also a new market. You create market, you create demand. So if you as a creator of the demand should be more collaborative rather than competitive in this new market. Look for the collaboration of authorities, off-takers, communities, suppliers, academy, the opinion of the community, technicals, consultants, banks, insurance company, etc., etc., etc. Should change the traditional competitive skills in the collaborative skills.
Okay. And then kind of moving on to financial metrics and return on investment. In your experience, what financial metrics are the most important to assess the ROI in hydrogen projects, and how do you think these influence decision making?
With respect to ROI, I prefer the IRR, because the first does not consider the impact of the time. And as we mentioned, this is like internet. This market is like internet in the past. It's going to change very fast, and the time is crucial here. So between both parameters, I prefer to go further in the IRR
Okay.
more
Okay.
than the ROI. Mm.
Okay. And then what do you think are like what financial, sorry, kind of just to move on actually, to talk about supply chain and vendor management. Obviously, supply chain is one of the largest cost components in hydrogen projects, most often than not. So, what strategies do you think are the most effective in managing supply chain risks and then keeping within cost budget?
Um, okay, some ideas here. Safety is first, is priority. Um, Hydrogen is could be liquid or is going to be the logistic of the hydrogen is or should is very should take a lot of carefully. So safety is priority. Safety is priority in the supply chain.
Mhm,
Do not miss the domestic suppliers also,
mhm,
the domestic opportunities also for the demand, and look for the best reputation of your suppliers. This is my recommendation, because otherwise you are going to have problems in this logistic change, and
okay,
finally you are going to have problems in your performance, and you will reflect this negative impact in your financial models.
mhm. Okay, okay. And then obviously there's a lot of financial risks and technical risks that come along with large scale hydrogen projects. So what are some of the key risk mitigation strategies that you use when managing costs and to ensure successful project outcomes?
Again, supplies with very good performance track records,
Mm,
one, and select a strong skills, developing new disruptive technologies with a team with a lot of resilience. Uh, so teams, external teams, your suppliers with good reputations, and internal teams with resilience, good skills in resilience,
okay.
disruptive skills and resilience.
Okay, okay, fantastic. And then, kind of just to focus on Latin America specifically for a second, what do you think makes this region unique in terms of hydrogen project development? And then, what do you think about the financial and regulatory landscapes and how they impact capex estimations in this region?
Regulation, second, regulation, third, regulation, for bureaucracy in permits, accelerate the permits processes and regulation, especially in the clean renewable hydrogen industry or fuels. We should collaborate with the authorities in the to fast the regulations processes.
Mhm. Okay. And then kind of like looking ahead, what trends do you see emerging in hydrogen project cost management, particularly when we're thinking about technologies, financing models, or I know you've mentioned this, but regulatory frameworks?
Okay, capex and opex is going to go down, and the market is more sufficient to control that by itself. But again, in this new market, we need the confluence of banks, insurance companies, authorities, communities. So working in the same directions, or try to work in the same directions, try to make a strong agreements with all stakeholders. I will say that. I will say that this is the most relevant in this aspect, in this question.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Carlos. That's all my questions for you today. I am really looking forward to hearing your presentation at World Hydrogen Latin America. For anybody curious, it is going to take place in Santiago on December 2nd to the 4th. And Carlos, I believe you're speaking on December the 3rd. So I look forward to meeting you soon.
Thank you so much. Really, I enjoy your interview. Thank you, Nana.